Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is a little bit different from what I usually do, and I know the mic quality is off, and I apologize about that. But anyways, we're going to be talking about Game of Thrones, and so far what I think of it, because I think everyone's throwing their hat into the ring, so it's like, why not? I just got done watching episode 5, and it is not going good for this show. It's so disappointing because this show started off so well. A lot of people are like, "Why are you complaining? Isn't this fucking cool?" People are just complaining just to complain. No, this show is like, it's not it's not what it should be. It's really not. And you know what? I really don't know what it should be. But I know it's not this. I know what this show is boggled down by is bad writing. I can tell you that much. You can listen to every other YouTuber that talks about Game of Thrones. It's bad writing. That is 100% in this episode. It's become so bad that it's become predictable. Spoilers. I'm gonna give you 5 second spoiler. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. So in episode 5, Daenerys just starts killing everyone. Like she just goes crazy. And some people are like, "Oh, you know what? Oh, that's in her character." No, it's not. Apparently, people are like, whenever she killed the Masters, she was showing all these signs of craziness. It's like, no, she really wasn't. She did that for the people, and she doesn't like the way that the show is structured is so odd. Like it has some. This show was actually really good directed. I mean, like this episode was really good directed. It's probably the best episode of the season, but it's still written poorly. Like it still doesn't really make any sense. It's turning into Lost pretty much. I've figured. But so you have you have Daenerys, right? We're supposed to believe that she's evil. Like she's turning crazy. She like the Mad King. That's what we're supposed to believe. That's what they want us to believe. It's people predicted that this was going to happen earlier this season and probably around season 7. And that's because you could just tell by the bad writing. You could just tell where it's heading. Eventually, like shows like movies like Star Wars: The Last Jedi and Infinity War. Sorry, not Infinity War, but Star Wars: The Last Jedi. You could use eventually. You'd be able to tell eventually the writing is so bad, you can eventually tell if it's, predictable. You can eventually start predicting it because it's just so bad. And they like to take a page out of Ryan Johnson's book and just apparently they subvert those expectations. I mean, thank you for subverting the expectations, but it's still bad writing. Like it's still like Arya should have been the one to kill Cersei, and Jon Snow should have at least tried to kill the Night King, or at least kill the Night King. I know that seems predictable, but it's so sometimes good writing is predictable writing because you built these up, and we just basically watched Jaime and Cersei for 8 seasons just for Cersei to die by a fucking bunch of bricks. Because I predicted it. I was like, watch her die from no one. Watch her die from just a bunch of bricks, and I predicted it right. She did, and so did Jaime. It's like, okay, that's cool. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. I guarantee you, when I say this, fans can write this show better than the actual show writers. It's so disappointing beyond everything. Daenerys would never act like this. She would never. If you dropped hints in the early beginning, like in the books, or if you dropped hints like that, oh, maybe she is going a little crazy. You don't know. Like it's just small little details. Like it's stuff you wouldn't even notice. Then I would be more accepting to this. But there's not enough evidence, and there's just not enough reason for her to go mad. Not enough reason for her to go crazy like this and start burning everyone. There was a line of soldiers in part of the episodes, and if she burned those, I would burn those people. That would make so much more sense. Even if they surrendered, that makes so much more sense. If she would just burn those, because those people, like, they betrayed her, kind of. I don't know how to describe it, but they didn't take her side. So whenever people don't take her side, she obviously kills them. But she just starts murdering everyone. Like, it's such bad writing. Like, who thought of this? Who thought it was going to be a great idea? Who thought that, by the end of this, I kind of predicted this. I kind of predicted she was going to go crazy. I mean, I think everyone did, because they didn't have enough evidence in the beginning part of the show, in the entire show. They didn't have enough evidence, so they had to pretty much toss it in your face to show that yeah, she might be a little bit crazy, and then this episode definitely shows. So we'll have to see where it goes from there. Will it be a good finale? I have no idea. I thought this episode was actually pretty cool in terms of the battles and stuff like that. It's definitely one of the better episodes this season, and that's not saying much. That's the season is not good because it's been like 3 talking episodes and 2 battle episodes. One of the battle episodes is retarded, which is the Night King episode, and you can't see it. But this episode is actually it has some pretty cool battles in it. It has some pretty good action sequences in it. But the writing is still terrible. What is the hell? What is your problem? I just want to know what is the problem, because there seems to be some issue that they're just not understanding. And apparently they recorded 2 endings for it. I wonder how that's going to work out. I wonder if they're just going to like release it based on reception. Like if people didn't like it, they could easily switch it out. But, nobody really knows. I just don't know what else to say. Like it feels like if you like Star Wars: The Last Jedi, you'll love this season so far because this season's for you. It's totally for you. But if you don't like that movie and you don't, it became unpredictable. But then it becomes so predictable that you just because it's so bad. It's just so bad writing that you could just this is probably what they're gonna do. Eventually, if Rian Johnson created more than one Star Wars movie, you could eventually tell that his writing would you'd eventually be able to predict his writing. I guarantee it because because it was bad. So I'm so disappointed in this show. Like this was one of the better episodes, but there was no reason. There was no reason for her to be mad like this and crazy. There was no reason. You can't just tell me she just did it because she snapped. It was not really like her. It feels kind of a waste of an arc. It feels like a waste of a lot of people's arcs. Like Jamie's arc, Cersei's arc. That's not really an arc, but like she's evil. Like it's. I would have preferred a more predictable. It's predictable in the sense that it's bad, but like I would have preferred a good writing and predictable rather than this, because then I can at least get a satisfying end. It might be similar, but it's not turning out the way I was hoping it would turn out. Like I would actually enjoy the show. It's different than every other show, but I mean, hey, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. Anyways, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I am really disappointed in this season so far. I think everyone else is, or most people are. Thank you everyone for watching, and bye.